Welcome back. I'm Suresh Machu from Machu Tattoos. So today we are going to talk about lip correction tattoos. Lip correction tattoos are often called as lip blushing and the white patch cover up tattoo, or lip fillers or lip color corrections. So let's get into the topic and we'll be talk about briefly today. So when we talk about the lip correction tattoo, first of all we should need to understand it's not a permanent tattoo, it's a semi-permanent tattoo. Yes, because our lip skin nature is completely different from our normal skin nature. So when we do the micropigmentation on top of the lips to match the lip colors, many of them choosing a little more darker lip tones and many of them choosing a little pinkish and reddish like lip tone. So it differs from normal skin. When we talk about the lips, it's not contains any melanin layers and it's not contains epidermis. So obviously this both are the things which is going to be protect our tattoo as a top layer. So melanin is going to be the transparent layer of our skin. Our tattoo is going to be visible through via those melanin, as we explained you in many videos earlier. So now the main thing which we are going to talk about is when we do this lip correction, both the layers are not available, so it's completely different from comparing to the normal skin nature. So it can easily affect the direct sun exposure, as well as it may get fade after some years of while using it. And what is the use of this lip correction tattoos? So when it comes to the lip correction and lip blushing tattoos, many of the girls got tired of applying lipsticks all day. So here it's the permanent solution for that. You no need to apply any of the like a lipsticks or something on a daily basis. Just done this and you can go ahead on a daily basis, no issues at all. And when it comes to the healing process is a very important thing for this lip correction tattoo. When we talk about the healing process, it's completely different from the normal skin tattoos. Yes, when we do the lip correction or lip blushing tattoos, there is the chances of swelling may happen in our lips for another 2 to 3 days. So I highly recommend you can't go out or any functions for 2 to 3 days after done the lip correction or lip blushing tattoos. So that you needs to understand it very clearly. And most of the time it always requires 2 sittings. Yes, to make the pigmentation much more stronger, we always suggest you to go ahead for the 2 sittings. One is after 3 to 6 weeks, you need to take a rest after the first session done. Then you can go ahead with the second session, then another 3 to 6 weeks of rest. Then you can get the strong and perfect micropigmentation of your lip colors. And our recommendations for the lip correction. So when we talk about these recommendations, we highly recommend you to go ahead with the pinkish or reddish tone. Don't go ahead the darker tones like a dark maroon or like a kind of a dark purple. All those things don't go ahead. And many of them do that lip outlining. We highly recommend don't do lip outlining. Why? Because when you do the lip outlining, I will tell you the disadvantages. In future, your skin may shrink, your lip shapes may vary. Yes, obviously after years your lip shape may vary. So that time that lip lining will look very awkward. Yes, and if that inside that micropigmentation started fading, if you did not do the retouch it up, then that outline looks little more awkward. And so when you do the lip blushing or lip correction tattoos, to get the natural look, we highly recommend you to do the little more darker on the outsides. When it comes to the inner lips, it needs to be little faded. Yes, so it needs to be color needs to be vary. Outer needs to be little darker. Then when it comes to the inside, it needs to be little dull. When it touches the inside, don't do anything. Just leave it as it is. So it can gives you the perfect healed output. And the most important thing is once you've done this lip correction tattoos, in the healing period, you can't smoke, you can't drink alcohol, and you can't kiss anybody. Because your lip is going to be little open wound, so you surely can't kiss anyone. And another thing is, if you drink alcohol, it will burns you a lot and it will create a huge wound. There is a chance of infection may happen. And the another important thing is smoking. Strictly no smoking if you done the lip correction for at least 2 weeks. So if you're planning to do for lip blushing or lip correction tattoos, keep all this in mind, because you need to allocate this particular time duration before it. And you cannot consume any spicy foods. If you consume spicy foods, you may get lot of burning sensations, and you can't do mouthwash very often. Mouthwash is fine, but it should not touch on the lip more often. So that's the important thing. So we highly recommend you to eat by the spoons and normal liquidity foods, not spicy and not oily foods. So you should do this for another 2 weeks if you've done the lip correction or lip blushing tattoos. So keep all these things in mind before getting into that. And one advanced bonus tip is, when you do the lip blushing or lip correction tattoos, choose the best tattoo studio or best tattoo artist, because they needs to have the proper experience and they need to run the machine very slow, because your lip is so sensitive skin comparing all your parts in the body, parts of the skin I'm talking about, obviously. So when you do the lip correction, they need to understand how much depth needle needs to go and how much speed needle needs to puncture and how much ink it needs to load into the skin. If they don't have the idea about it and if they don't have experience about it, then your lip will get completely spoiled and it may cause the darker lip tone comparing your normal lip tone. So just keep in mind and choose the best tattoo studio and best tattoo place. And another advanced healing pro tip is, if you plan to do lip correction tattoo on your darker lips and if you want to lightening it up, then that's not possible when it comes to tattooing. And if we do that also, that will be fade very soon, because for example, if the person have a more smoky lips and if the lip is so dark, and if you want to do the pinkish or reddish tone on top of it to try to bring the reddish or pinkish tone, obviously it will not come. If it comes also, it will fades very quickly. You need to understand this. You can take the example of, if the blackboard is there, if I'm drawing on that in the red color, obviously that will not look vibrant, right? The same thing happens for lips also. It's all making the reactions into your skin, so it may chance of fading very quickly. So keep all these things in mind before getting into the lip blushing or lip correction tattoos. Don't die nude.